If Paralog 1 is Nyx's worst map, Chapter 16 might be your hardest. If it needs reiterating, Nyx's innate hit rates as an adventurer with a shiny bow are pretty awful. And this is one of the more enemy phase heavy maps in the game, which doesn't bode well for a player phase unit like her. But with that knowledge comes a certain revelation. If Nyx can work here, she can work anywhere, especially if we quickly unlock Lucky 7 to drastically improve her hit rates. Our goal for Nyx this chapter is to get her to, or at least very close to, level 5 to learn that exact skill. We'll be feeding her a lot of experience to make that happen, especially from promoted enemies. That includes the boss, Shura, who will reveal himself after talking to all 4 Green Lancers. If you have a Paralog lined up, particularly Percy's or Ophelia's, that experience milestone becomes significantly easier to hit. But I actually do have Percy's Paralog unlocked right now, because Arthur attained his S support with Effie a whole 6 maps ago, but I don't plan to play it until later, so we'll have to make do with what we can get on this chapter alone. But of course, we must also be mindful of the rest of our unit's EXP goals, and try to get the bulk of our army to a good level before promotion. The reason Nyx is such a worthwhile target of investment is because she contributes heavily to player phase-centric strategies, but said playstyle is impossible to pull off with just one unit. The most powerful player phase strategies involve having a lot of mounted units, particularly flyers, taking advantage of their high mobility to get all up in the enemy's space and pick off entire formations one by one. To prepare us for that, Selena will be the first of many to reclass into Wyvern Rider, which she can do because she finished her A support with Veruca back in Chapter 13. That's very useful on this map, but she can fly over the partitions on the ship, especially because I haven't deployed Camilla or Veruca in this case. This is around the point in the game where your class routing starts to really open up, so from this point on, I can't exactly consider this playthrough a universally applicable guideline, which is why I'm allowing myself much more freedom in reclassing. This also means there's no real reason for me to keep my self-imposed stack booster ban in place, but I haven't broken it yet. I'll let you know if I do. I'm also deploying Peri this map, who's generally considered one of the worst units in the game. But if I have to use her anyway for full recruitment requirements, why not have some fun with it? That's why she's marrying our new recruit, Xander, this playthrough. The two of them have a fast support together, and Xander gives Peri access to the Wyvern Rider class line, which is great for her. Because of her fantastic strength and speed, Peri makes another good flying player phase delete bot, and the Wyvern Lord class does a great job of patching up her mediocre defense. Unfortunately, there are a few things holding this build back. For one, Xander joins absurdly late, so if you want to turn Peri into a Wyvern before Chapter 19, where it starts to really matter, you'll have to chain at least 3 optional chapters, which puts a strain on your map routing. And she doesn't make a particularly good case to be used over any other prospective Wyvern. Charlotte with Veruca Friendship, for example, is extremely similar stat-wise, but gets in the class much sooner, specializes in a better weapon type, axes compared to lances, and has access to rally strength for unique support function. And Charlotte is hardly considered the strongest Wyvern on the block. What Peri brings to the table is access to Shelter and Heartseeker, but the former is hardly unique to her, even among other Wyverns, and the latter requires a Heart Seal, which is a pretty questionable use of your resources. Of course, I'm willing to pay that toll all the same. While not the strongest unit out there, this is probably Peri's best build, and it's a very fun one, so if you insist on using her, I would recommend trying it out at least once. For strategies that involve using a lot of flyers at once, Peri makes a decent case to be among your training projects, which isn't much, but it's far from terrible. Tangent aside, I should also mention that Corrin was able to reach a level 20 promotion last chapter, so she's now a Nornoble. Her main goals at this point are to gain support points with Keaton, who she wants to marry, and Camilla and Felicia for friendship purposes. My plan for Corrin is to turn her into a rally bot. The classes she gets from all 3 of these units will help her achieve that goal. Her talent, Sky Knight, while usually inadvisable, is critical for this purpose to let her get rally speed without needing to build friendship with Azura. It also gives her husband Kitchen Knight access, which I intend to make use of. All that long-term planning stuff out of the way, let's turn our attention to the short term and send these pirates packing.
Listen.
Laslow rallies for both Xander and Leo. Xander needs the strength to chip a hero to a specific HP threshold, and Leo needs the speed to double everything at the top left. Speaking of Leo, he'll be working with his future wife, Felicia, this map. This is perhaps the most straightforward pairing of the bunch. They simply give each other excellent power bonuses. Not much else to it. Xander kills the enfeeble adventurer immediately, so we never have to worry about it. The starting formation makes it very easy to pass Inspiring Song around. Corrin wants the speed to double the lightning-fast outlaws going her way, and Nyx could always appreciate a little more reliability. Enemies from both the north and southwest brushed you at the beginning of the map, so it's good to take them out early. Lee was great at that. Odin could be better.
Too much power!
The mercenaries Corrin is fighting have armored blow, and would normally be very difficult to one round, so it's a good thing the Lemon Sword bypasses it. These promoted enemies are a threat, so Silas and Xander team up to take them out. Silas' accuracy is subpar since he's using a steel lance. Unfortunately, I'll have to take a few more dicey hit rates to clear.
Yes.
Because the outlaw and the hero's positions can vary slightly, Nyx might be applying Heartseeker to the hero right now, or she might not. Nyx faces weapon triangle disadvantage against much of the enemies on this map, which seriously compounds on her accuracy problems. Heartseeker helps, but not by enough. Luckily, this is the riskiest attack Nyx has to take this clear. It will get better from here.
What now?
The fighter attacks first, right into Felicia's guard gauge, ensuring her survival. I want Charlotte to take out this outlaw in enemy phase, so Azura trades the hand axe to her and sings Silas out of range. Laslow necessarily has to have his bow equipped. That makes him a very attractive target for the nearby mercenary, which is bad, because we want him to be as healthy as possible. To remedy this, I intentionally left Azura unequipped so the mercenary would attack her instead. Since I was careful to train Silas' lance rank so extensively, he can now use the Blessed Lance for some passive healing. Odin can pick up the kill if Selena misses. Strength +2 is greatly appreciated in someone relatively weaker like Selena. Laslow goes in range of the adventure to ensure it doesn't freeze Peri this turn, and to chip it. Keaton's crit rate against his Berserker might seem a little high for comfort, but don't worry, he'll never kill, so it doesn't hurt us too much. The plus 10 dodge of the Beast Stone helps us avoid a crit himself. Peri takes this kill to activate Bloodthirst and get plus 4 strength, skill, and speed, which you'll need to one around the mercenaries to the southeast. Azura's singing gets her to them. Given the choice between Odin and Keaton, we prefer to use the latter's dual strike, since he's the more thirsty for experience out of the two. Though if he crit earlier, he'd be denying himself that luxury. Laslow's movement power helps Azura reach Charlotte and Selena for more transfer shenanigans. Keaton's speed power up lets Selena double the fighter power on enemy phase. Peri and Xander talk to the penultimate Lancer. They won't have time to catch up to the rest of the squad, so they're done for now. Most of the time, Selena heals herself in preparation for taking out the remaining fighter. They will take a counterattack from the sorcerer next turn, so it's crucial he stays healthy. Nyx's staff access comes in clutch for that. This turn, we'll have to deal with some random enemy movement, but we can perfectly account for most of it. Keyword being most. The Berserker should usually move into dual strike with the fighter against Selena, which must happen, but sometimes it just doesn't, even if it would see a kill. The odds are in our favor, but risking something like that this late in the clear is more than a little nerve-wracking. Nyx has two chances to hit the sorcerer. She can afford to take the hit if she misses the first time.
What now?
Our recently acquired Tonebreaker gives Felicia perfect avoid rates against the Stark Mage, meaning she's completely safe to set up the kill for Charlotte.
My aching blood!
Odin being the one to talk to Shura lets him apply Heartseeker as the rest of our squad whittles him down. There's no rush, so we'll be milking him for every drop of XP and weapon ranks he's worth. To do so, Charlotte starts by giving Selena a weaker axe. Nyx gets the boss kill just like I said she would, getting her tantalizingly close to unlocking Lucky 7. Next map, we're ambushed by ninjas of Mokushu. On the verge of a new skill, Nyx puts her hip stack to the test. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm sparing Shura as part of my full recruitment requirements. I'll miss the boots, but at least we can sell the killer bow and use the men's staff in his inventory.